Hello my friends, welcome to Haein Yoga. This class is a part of 4-session series on yoga for everyday flexibility. It's an all-level Hatha Yoga sequence that elongates and stretches and stimulates all the major muscles of your body to keep you supple and open throughout the day. Some says gaining flexibility is a timely journey. I would say not necessarily. While I do encourage you to enjoy the process rather than the outcome, I am also very serious about you actually gaining flexibility because it's an amazing feeling to be able to move freely. So what do? Match where you want to stretch with where you are actually stretching. It's very simple, I know, but it requires awareness of where you are and how you are. In other words, it requires high level of self-acceptance and knowing what you want. Remember, align your intention with your action. Let's do this. Let's meet in kneeled position. Have your hands interlocked behind your head. And now, for now, I would like you to focus on closing the elbows, bringing your elbows as close as possible, and bringing your elbows as far back as you can. Elbows closing in, and bring the elbows back. So this is for the neck and the shoulder and upper part of the spine. As you bring your elbows close in and as far out and back as possible, start to pay attention to how you bring your shoulder blades away from each other as you bring your elbows in, and how you bring your shoulder blades close to each other as you bring your elbows out and back. Then start to add in lifting up the chest as you bring your shoulder blades close to each other and elbows back. And bring the chest back as you bring your shoulder blades away from each other. Add in your head, lifting up the chin as you lift up your chest and shoulder blades close to each other. Chin pulled down towards the floor, not really to the chest, but towards the floor as you round your upper back. A few more times, add in with the breathing, coordinate with breathing. Inhale, open and lift up. Exhale, close and expand the back, the upper back and back of the neck. One more time with breathing. Next time when you come back to the center, release your hands. Interlock your finger behind your hips this time. Place your forehead on the floor as far away from your knees as possible. And then from here, roll up to the top of your head, not farther, just to the top of the head, bringing your arms away from your hips. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. And rolling your upper arms in towards the center line, shoulder blades close to each other. And really resisting with your head to roll further than the top of the head. Coming back down, change the interlock of the hand to the other side, meaning bringing the other thumb on top of the one that was on top before. And repeating one more time. Try to bring your heels of your palm together so that it doesn't become a stretching of your wrists, but really your shoulders and the space between your shoulder blades and your neck. And back to child pose. Release your arms on the floor. Send the deep breath and spaciousness into your neck, shoulders, and your shoulder blades before we move on to the next. Bring your head up. Let's come to downward facing dog. Hands shoulder wide distance, feet hip wide distance. Lift up your hips, press your feet and your hands against the floor. Just one breath here, lifting up your tailbone, elongating your back and the front, as well as the back of your leg. Relax your head completely. And with next inhalation, let's walk your feet forward all the way to your hands. Keep your feet hip wide distance. Stay up on your fingertips and keep your elbows straight. Bend your knees a little bit so that your back is straight. Keep your belly pulled in gently. It's not hanging, but it's pulled in, integrated. And as you exhale, release from your belly to the chest and to the head instead of the other way around, head, chest, belly. Belly, chest, head, feeling the elongation through the back of the leg and the lengthening through the gravity in your spine. And as you inhale, elongate your spine, pull the belly in, shift the weight towards your toes. And as you exhale, keeping the weight over your toes, belly, chest, and your head. So you bend your knees as much as you need for your spine to really fold nicely, to really use the gravity. But at the same time, you want to make sure that how much ever your knees are bent, you feel the stretching in the back of your leg. It may be straight completely for some of you. Just make sure that you feel the back of the leg elongating and your spine is nicely worked by the gravity. Just one more time. As you inhale, elongate your spine. And as you exhale, release all the way from the belly, chest, and the head. With next inhalation, let's step the right foot back and place your back knee on the floor. Let's get into our hips. Let's have the hands around our hips. Come up. Shift the weight to your back knee to give a bit of a slack in your hips. And as you exhale, allow your left knee to go forward and allow your hips to drop. As you do that, hug the legs into the center line, ground through the inner edge of your feet and pull your belly in. Next inhalation, come up again, giving a bit of a slack, and as you exhale, go forward and down. One more time, giving a bit of a slack, and exhale, forward and down. Let's hold here just one more breath. Sucking in from the low part of the abdomen, squeezing in gently with your legs to the center line. Lift up your chest. Keep the back of the neck long. Now let's have the arms swinging up. Interlock your fingers, except your index finger. Pass these arms behind your ears. Pull the belly in a little stronger. Lift up the chest. Open the shoulder and lift up the chest. Eventually, gaze up. Do not drop the head back completely. Release the hand. Hands on the floor. Come to downward facing dog. Opening up the back of the leg. Elongating, lengthening your spine by lifting up the tailbone. You're welcome to walk the dog or shift the weight one foot to another. And let's repeat on the other side. Your right foot forward between your hands, back knee on the floor. Hands around your hips. As you inhale, come up a little bit, giving a bit of a slack in your hips. And as you exhale, forward and down. Keep the belly pulled in. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, down and forward. One more time. Inhale, up. And exhale, down and forward. Let's stay here. One breath. Next inhalation, Arms swinging up, interlock your finger except your index finger. Pass the arms behind your head and continue. Open the shoulder, lift up the chest, pull the belly in, press your feet against the floor. Now gaze up. One more breath into your chest. Extend your arms. And release the arms, hands on the floor, downward facing dog. One breath here. Now with next inhalation, let's bring the left foot forward between your hands. Keep your back knee off the floor this time. Right hand underneath your shoulder, left hand to your sacrum. Twist to your left. Hug the left knee close to your chest. Allow your hips to sink in. Try pay attention to your back leg. Make sure your back foot is not leaning to the outer edge where you would be kind of leaning or turning instead of twisting. Reach up with your left hand as you do that. Extend your shoulders, widen your collarbone. Open the chest to your left side. Release your left hand and change your hand. Your left hand will come to the inside of your left foot. Turn your right toe 90 degrees away from your left foot. Open up your arms up to the ceiling, and this time your chest will open to your right side. Allow your hips to sink in. And from here, let's bring the right arm over the head close to your ear. One more breath. Bringing that arm right over your head. And releasing the hands. Come to downward facing dog. One breath here before we continue on the other side. Twist and side bend. Bring your right foot forward. Twisted lunge to your right. Open the chest to your right side. Allow your hips to sink in. Widen your collarbone. Press your hands against the floor. Ground through the inner edge of your left foot as well as your right foot. Release the hand. Change the hand. Keep your right hand close to your right foot. Turn the left toe 90 degrees away from your right foot. Open the chest to your left side this time. Reaching up with your arm. Allowing your hips to sink in slowly. Lower your left thumb right over the head. Not forward, but really right over the head so that we can really access to the side line. One more breath here. Releasing the arms. Hands on the floor, downward facing dog. One more deep breath here, lifting up the tailbone, opening the shoulder, grounding the heels. With next exhalation, breathe out through your mouth. All right. Come down on your knees. Bring your knees apart, wide apart. Allow your belly to sink into the floor. Arms stretched forward. Try to keep your hips in touch with your heels so that we can access to our hips to finish with. Your arms can be under your head to give the weight towards your hips, or can also stretch forward if it feels comfortable for you. Wherever you are, take one deep breath. Thank you everyone for joining me on this video. A question I would like to leave you with for this series is, what is it that you actually want? Such a simple question, yet we don't get to be asked often, or for some of you, you may have never been asked that. Simple question, but very important question. this is. I hope you take time with this. Comment below if you like this video, give a thumb up and subscribe to my channel for weekly yoga practice. I wish you a beautiful day and see you very soon. Keep shine on.